Just chilling. How are you doing? Just on an impromptu walk. I was up this way, so I thought, you know what, I'll come. Literally here, hundreds of birds. Claudia, how are you doing? Kirsty, you alright? Kirsty, did you see that post? Yesterday you're on the league table. Thank you very much, chick. Roadhog, how are you doing? There's a big flock of birds in here. This place in spring is a carpet. They've all heard me, they've gone quiet. Of crocuses. Trying to work out what that flock of birds is. I think it's fieldfares. About 20 of them. Mizon, how you doing? Tatty, good morning. It's strangely warm in here. Kay Stevenson, lovely to see you. Strangely warm. I had snow the other day. Kirsty, community post. Joe, how you doing, Joe? Kiss there, Bumblebee, how you doing? Carl, good morning. So we've got the grave of a priest, and we've got the sword, and we've got the chalice carved in there. Now that's often thought to be Templar, but I'm told by local historians it is Notorious. How you doing? It's a priest that served in an army. Flocks of birds in here. How's things? Just chilling. Adrian, how are you doing? Thanks for coming in. Are you up late or early, Adrian? Nessie, how are you doing, chick? All the daffodils are starting. I've come out in my big thick coat and it's warm. That was a poor decision and I'm going to get soaked. Ah, we've got a rainbow. Should we go and look on the end to see if we can find a pot of gold? There go those fieldfares. Is it reaching all the way over? Oh, is it, Adrian? Oh, cool, Kirsty. Did you like it? Fine. There, just give you a right. There you go. Ah, it's still reaching. She'll be back, Kirsty, I think. This place, Adrian, the church in the back there, still has services, and it was originally a Roman fort here. It was gifted to become the parish church in the 1200s. There's a squirrel on there. It's just gone back. There you go. I can't tell whether it's grey or it's red. Just chilling. If you had that crazy weather, I'm here. There's floods as well as all the snow. It was built with masonry from Hadrian's Wall. It's just jumped into that tree and I missed it. Damn it. There it goes down there, look. Grey squirrel. Hadrian's Wall, think the poor man's Great Wall of China. The Romans built it in the start of the 1st century. The land they'd taken in the south and to keep the northerners out. Roadhog, it blows my mind. We're all over the planet, all different time zones. It's mad. It's the joy of social media, it opens up the world. And because I didn't expect to come, I've got trainers on, which means I'm going to have soaking feet. Ooh, Val, that sounds lovely. My friend Joy that comes in, she posted her corned beef recipe. It's something that I'd love to make. Godson, how are you doing? I finally got my laptop. I love this headstone. I've never seen anyone like it before. It's actually fired. It's been repaired on that bottom edge. There's a chip out the top, but I can't find the chip. This one, it's mainly locals. The priory that gifted this place, its graveyard's got the guy that found Addison's disease. It's been fired in a kiln, Nessie. It's pottery. Have you ever seen one like it? I haven't. There's the back of it. Sun behave. So pretty. Adrian, how's things with you at this early hour in the morning? Oh, Rainbow's still here. Can't believe all the birds. Stay to everybody. Kaz, how you doing? How you feeling today? Not that I know of. So here, got that top end. I've been told, I've shown this bank before that collapsed. There's some beautiful crystals coming out the bank. Wonder if the deer's around. Another squirrel? No, all over the world. Let's know them all. Literally hundreds of birds. Love it. That's the kind of thing that makes my heart sing. Got a robin singing right next to us. I can't see it. We'll go up this top end. Ooh, it's slippery. Need to get in the shade. Roadhog, did I ask you if you found anything good today? I meant to. But as usual, got sidetracked. Oh, is it a public holiday, Carl? I didn't realise. Handy that it falls on a Friday, long weekend. Morning, Secret Blackburn. Now this bank looks like it's going to go again. A lot's dropped. Didn't realise it had. We'll come away from that side. The daffodils are all starting to poke their heads. What a difference the day makes. It's warm. I think it's meant to get to 13 degrees today. Hey Stevenson, did you get hit with the snow? I miss things your way now because my grandma passed away. So I haven't been to Doncaster in like, what, 5-6 years. Other towns that way, but not challenging. Good morning. Hundreds of birds. Nessie, so we should. Can't believe all the birds. It's flocks. Oh, don't do breakfast, Jamie. Not my thing. My breakfast is coffee. Andy, good morning. How you doing? Just came for an impromptu walk around the flowers in here. We've got the crocuses there that I wanted to catch. Did you get your hair faded in, Kirsty? Or did you bottle it? Lovely double head. Aren't they pretty? Double heads. Do you know what I'm having tomorrow? I'm having pancakes with fruit and honey, I think. Big old favourite spring flour. Crumpets and butter. There's a little pretty clump of the like really pale. Oh wow, we've got flies away. Snowdrops are still out. I'm trying not to stand on them, which isn't easy when you're in a carpet. Yeah, go rest up, Kaz. Thank you very much for coming in. It's very much appreciated. And the lovely old purple ones. I love these. I've got some similar to those at home. Have you ever had crumpets challenging? They are lovely. Look at them all. Now I was in this graveyard a couple of years ago. I think it was a couple of years ago. And a pheasant flew up next to this tree and nearly made my heart stop. Literally under my feet. And I was very proud of myself. I didn't do it. Look at that. Mike, how you doing? Deej, the lovely Deej. How you doing? How are you feeling now? Are you back to relatively normal? Oh, lovely. I grew up plants from my grandparents. My granddad, his main thing was fuchsias. So I always have fuchsias. The flowers on fuchsias he called dancing ballerinas. And it was Lily of the Valley. So I've got a couple of patches of Lily of the Valley in the garden. Just yet. Yeah, I do too, Kirsty. If you haven't been over, just chillings, go over and click the bell. It was taken as around graveyards with famous people, and I was fascinated. I didn't expect so many birds. Have a walk down that back corner. I'm grand, Mike. I'm really good. Up in there we've got a tree creeper type bird, a nuthatch. Probably hiding food or going to find food. Never noticed that before. It's got, yeah, Kirsty, I'll still be live. I just came down on the off chance. I wasn't planning to, but the morning was so nice, and I thought, aha, all the flowers will be out. I'll come for a walk around. But I'm stunned by the birds. There's flocks of. Literally hundreds of birds. 1200s. The church was given to the parish to be a church in the 1200s. It shows in records, but it was a Roman fort before that. The oldest grave I've found is 1600s. I can't see any markers for any older. Tatty, you're a star. Tatty's a brilliant supporter. Tatty comes in all the time. Trying to find this flock of birds. They're down this corner somewhere. I think it is starlings. Now, starlings are in decline. They're famous for the murmurations. They all fly. And it's like sheets in the sky. Unbelievable dances. Choreographers in the sky. Beautiful. Unfortunately, if you've got a flock, they're very greedy. They chase your other birds off. And they're very messy. Surfer, how are you doing? How's your corner of paradise? Popper, how are you doing, Popper? Thank you for coming in. Popper, it's odd. They're just so calming. Just so peaceful. Roadhog Challenging's got their Watch Our playlist all put up. You can save people's playlists to your own lists. So you've got them there. I've got a few sat I take it in turn to play different ones overnight. Just chilling when you're live next. Yes, it's just down the road. If I can see through past the sheep. They're the hills that we walk in the background. I'm on the other side of the valley. I'll have to dig that video up and I'll clip it where that pheasant flies up. Sometimes they'll be really noisy before you even get anywhere near them and take off. And others, like that day, sit silent, and it's only when you're about to put your foot on them to fly up. My heart nearly stopped. Appreciate you too, Roadhog. There's some lovely white ones in here. I've not got whites. I've got this kind at home. They're like little works of art, tiny little flowers that are just so pretty. Oops, we're caught on a stick. But I like some of the white ones. I don't think I've got any white ones. That one's pretty much white. Snowdrops are still in flower. I thought they'd have been finished by now. We'll go back along past the church itself. Deej, the Abbey Priory that I filmed and gone around the cemetery there, this church was actually gifted by them. Now, a lot of the buildings, farm buildings, churches, they were built using stones from Hadrian's Wall and the outposts of the Romans. I found a couple of masonry pieces from Hadrian's Wall actually on the church. We'll go have a look. It was extended in the 1800s. You had this porch area, which was a mortuary, added to the main church. And the oldest window is above the arch where the priest is buried. That's a Norman style window. Just showing if I start doing cartwheels, that'll be me laid up for a week. It's Pizza Demon does the cartwheels in his mankini. He's the king of spandex. That single tone bird song is a chaffinch. About the size of a robin, with lungs like bellows that drown every other bird out. My cartwheeling days are long over. I used to love gymnastics at school, but I was always pretty much the tallest in my year and just all arms and legs. And that's not your gymnastic build. The little girls and boys were able to do backflips and God knows what else. And me, all arms and legs, was crap at it. High jump, long jump, hurdles, 100 metres, 200 metres, relay. I had to teach the boys in the year above me at school how to do high jump, which I felt so special, I won't lie. Angela, how you doing? And we got through to the school national finals for athletics. And it was at a time when Channel 4 TV channel in the UK used to televise it. So I was on national TV. 100 metres, long jump, relay. Did a lot, it was lots of fun. Good morning, Angela. Nessie, you can do them for us if you want. You've got those lovely old oak doors. I didn't expect to come up, so I didn't go around to the ladies to get the keys. Bye, Carl. Thanks for coming in. Popper, they sure do. I would love to pull a chair up at Challenging's table. You'd have to roll me out the door, stuffed, and Angela's. Yeah, I didn't plan. I came to film the crocuses and the daffodils. This place is just a huge carpet. It's too early for the bluebells. I thought, you know what, sod it, I'll do it live. But back to usual later on. I'll be live later on as regular. So where is that Roman masonry? It's on this wall. I presume it's from an internal wall at an outpost. Some kind of Roman quarters. There we go. You'd need a wheelbarrow or a forklift to get me out the door. This wall, that's the oldest window, that's the Norman window. These walls are about 3 foot thick, but it's got a bit of an issue, it's bowing out. And you've got a lot of these that have been faced. And some of them are unusually faced, so I presume they're Roman. I'll show you how bad the wall is from this side. You see how much that bows out? Oh, I'll just stand back. You can see along the guttering. Actually, the guttering's the best way to show you how bad this wall is. And we've got jays. Mad Hatter, how are you doing? Jays are very pretty birds, but they sound like wounded vultures. And for all they're beautiful, they're a bit evil. To the other birds, they raid their nests, they'll take chicks. They'll hunt, ours hunt in a group. And go tree to tree to tree like a little army. I'm grand, Mad Hatter. Hello, Michigan, how you doing? Good morning. I'm hoping to get back up on the hills next week. Star, how you doing, Star? Star, I've not got round to your live yesterday. I was in that many places at once. I couldn't get everywhere. But it's saved into my watch later list. I need to sort my watch later list out. I was showing Jamie. I've got 1,220 videos in my save watch later list. I've watched a lot, but I haven't removed them, so I need to sort it all out. That'll take us a while. Yeah, my hills are calling me. For all they've got clouds sitting on their heads. I'm also going to go up the back of the valley. There's a valley up the back that I want to get to. But I just haven't had time as yet, so I'm going there. Yeah, it is quite a bit. I just forget to take them off because I run them overnight. I forgot to move them. Yeah, I had really heavy rain for the last day and a half after we had all the snow. So you can see the ground is so saturated. Signal over that corner. So remind me on Tango, I forget, because that's likely because my memory is really, really bad at the moment. I'll give you some links to some channels. The roof looks really well, but it's just unfortunately that wall. They're going to have to do a lot of work to that. I'll cool on Michigan. If you want, drop it in chat. Feel free. Roadhog, what time is it where you are? The oldest headstone is over this side that I found. I found some early 1700s. The farmhouse there was the vicarage. Oh my God. It takes some to upset Beth. I dread to think. Well, I don't dread to think. Perryville, how are you doing? Thank you for coming in. Perryville, another brilliant channel. If you don't know her, go over and say hi. Oh, it's not as easy as I thought for you there. So 1686, pretty basic. Got a lovely coat of arms on this one. And it looks to be a naval, I believe. But the writing's sunk. Now this one is one of my favourites. And just look at that. There's a couple. It must have been a fashion to have these ones. Nice one, Beth. So in the memory of Charles Burrow Esquire. So we've got those Old English S's that look like an F. Who's commander in the Royal Navy of Great Britain, who died 13th of July 1810, aged 57 years, in the battle, oh, there's a bee in my face, in the battle between the British and the Dutch fleets of Camperdown, 11th of October 1797. He was first lieutenant on board the Russell, of 74 guns, which bore to distinguish a part in the glorious victory. Also, Thomas, son of Charles and Anne Burrow, who died November 30th, 1808, aged 5, bless his heart. Where's the party? If you go over the Irish channels, they'll be partying today. It's the first bee I've seen. It shows you how, ooh, we've got loads of sycamores growing. Loads. And that's a sycamore tree. So we've got oak, and I presume that's a sycamore. Long shift that. It's a lot of hours. You alright, Nose Dog? This one's huge, it's very wide. He was a merchant, so he was a shopkeeper. 1842. Also his sister, who died 1856, aged 43. I don't tend to come around this side, you know. Halibut Byrne, ooh. Fourth son of Brian and Sarah Byrne of Newcastle upon Tyne, who died here 1855, aged 20. Very few Tango. We are mainly beech, sycamore, oak, silver birch. There are some elms, but they're few and far between. And again, that ball's a bit screwy, if you can see from the gutter at the top there. The gutter's straight, but the wall's not. And I haven't seen any Roman masonry on this side. That I can absolutely say is Roman. I can still hear those jays. They're over here. I don't know if you can hear the squawk. Just chilling, nice one. Yeah, I presume so, Tango. Oh, and a lot of pine and spruce. The ground's really acidic here as well. I'm not sure that's good for 4 elms. Where have they gone? When they start squawking and hunting, the other birds go silent. Do you know what? The first time that I got the keys and I went in there, you've got that big padlock, and I kept the key on the padlock so I didn't lose it. And I got through the porch into the main building, and the key and the lock separated. And what a noise that lock made. I almost saw it as a sign from above. Cottonwood, how you doing? Cottonwood, you know that shot of you and the horses taking a selfie? I absolutely love it. Watch it over and over and over. It's brilliant. Put a link in if you want to it, Cottonwood. Or I'll put it in my community. It's brilliant. The hunting, they're over there. So that's it. Lovely, lovely, peaceful, quiet place. The one where you're taking a selfie with the horses, you're on camera and so too the horses. Makes me smile. It's brilliant. Hello, Mr. Nigo. I do too. Did you, Beth? Yeah, love it. Nice one, Road Hog. You're a star. Oh, the crows are coming in. All the little birds are alarm calling. Could be the jays. Yeah, they're all alarm calling over there. Just oh, cool, Beth. I didn't know. Just waiting for those jays to appear. You should do, Popper. I don't show modern graves. I just show the old, out of respect for the living. Oh, this one's 1815. The daughter of William and Anne Lot, can't make that out, who died 21st of June 1815, aged 3 months. Bless her heart. Also, Mary, the daughter, died 29th of June 1821, aged 2 years. Also, Frances, their daughter, May 1824, aged 15 years. So no, 15 months. So we're losing all the young girls. 1, 2, 3 girls in 7 years. 2 daughters within 3 years. Bless their hearts. That was the times back then. This one, the rest of the family hasn't been added. Thomas Atkinson of Brampton, who died 7th of January 1824, aged 40 years. Yeah, the bud files that come in, they go on the high plains and they film a lot of cemeteries. Cemeteries down under, an Australian friend, she goes around them as well. You'll be fine, Popper, just go in and get to do some filming, like to see it. Your graveyards are so different to ours, which is mad. Adrian Beth's brilliant. Back in the day, medical care, standards of living. This is posh. Erected in the memory of Jane, the daughter of William and Jane Richardson, clockmaker, Brampton, who died 27th of June 1823, aged 40 months. Also Jane, wife of the above, who died 9th of July 1855, aged 72. So 27th of June 23. Where were we just at? Here. What was the date here? Oh, it was 24th. I thought it was 23. Cheryl, good morning. Cheryl, I did the score and I thought, you know what? I'll go and I'll film the cemetery. All the flowers will be out. I thought, you know what? I'll do a quick live. The birds are blowing me away this morning. Now, this is a really old one. This is one of the old styles, but I can't see the base or the date. And I don't want to take that moss off because I don't want to damage the stone. All those birds love it. Jays, where have you gone? I know you're here. Now, where is the one with the skull and crossbones? A lot of the older graves have got engraving on the back, which it just isn't done these days. And some of them have Santa image, have angels, but you also have skull and crossbones. Nothing to do with piracy, just that day. Things back in the day. This one's got an angel above the moss. Hawaii, how you doing? Hawaii, I did that night boat, I got it. Told you I was doing it. Finally got my laptop back. How you doing, Steph? Liam, good morning. How you doing? Daffodils, snowdrop, crocus. I'm surprised, Tango, that the snowdrops are still in flower. They've been in flower for a while now. Here's another old one. Thomas Wasdell of Tenterbank. I don't know where that is. Who died 16th, March the 16th, 1743, aged 67 years. Every time I come here, because I never planned to come, I always think, damn it, Shandy was right, I should have brought the wax crayons and the paper. Yeah, there is a plan of everybody actually in the old church. Next time I'm there, I'll take some time on that. Sarah Bernard Brampton, who died 2 June 10th, 1821, aged 7, bless his heart. And his mum died 1838. Now this one, I didn't know this. So this one, I presume, is another priest, and we've got, can you see? We've got a sword. We've actually got we've got a sword and we've got a cross. So we've got a huge cross all the way down, and then you've got the sword next to it. I've never looked at this one before, all the times I've been here. And there's nothing engraved, nothing. Now that's going to have been a priest, has to have been. In the church there's a list of all the priests that were here. And this one's 1755. Hey, Elias. No, it's not Elias. Body of William Bowbank. June 15th, and I can't see the date. This one's 1718, I think. All very simplistic, these older ones, really simplistic. And they didn't think about fitting the words in. They'll quite often start a word, realise they've not got much space, so they just start on the next line. This one, prime example. Here lieth the body, here lieth ye, body of Margaret ye, wife of Isaac Jefferson, who departed, you can see how the split departed up, April 21st, age 53, 1742. That was a good time in being next to that one, but yeah, departed. They do that a lot. The Masons of the day weren't so interested, the rabbits are using that as a poo station. So interested in getting the words in, they just started writing and carried on. This is another 1755. Just beautiful, beautiful place. Best, love you. I'll message you when I get off. I'll not be long. Fluff, how you doing, chick? How's things? Have you been run off your feet, missus? In affectionate remembrance of Elizabeth, daughter of George and Eleanor MacDougall, who died at Beltingham. I don't know where Beltingham is. April 4th, 1864, aged 2 years and 10 months. Bless her heart. Also, Eleanor, their daughter, who died at Brampton, 23rd of June, 1885, aged 20. So at least I had at least one daughter that got to adulthood. They're both Eleanor, wife of George, 1913, aged 80, wow. And then George, 1919, aged 84. There's a lot of war graves in here as well. Some of them aren't your World War One and World War Two. We do have older graves, war graves in here. Margaret Hetherington. 1813. Such a shame that the weather's damaged that. Frost in the ice gets into the masonry and it just pops it off. Oh, here's a quad bike. How you doing, Fluff? Fluff, you still got me clamouring for some crab. But I've not been anywhere that sells any yet. Valeria, how are you doing? Snowdrops, my favourite crocuses. There's daffodils starting to bloom. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? PA, good on you. Are you using vapes or are you using patches or are you just hardcore? Why, I'll show you the little field of crocuses down here. Have you, Kirsty? After this I need to go and scoot. I've got a million things to do before I'm live later. You've been sinking the Guinness. Do you know what? Fluff, You'll have to talk about on a video of the trip to London to see Jack the Ripper's place. Is it Jack the Ripper you were here for? And he ended in the pub and in Paris instead. That's some going from London, you know. Sangma, how you doing? Clint, good morning. How's you? Oh, happy birthday, Mrs. Clint. Hokey pokey. Johnny, how you doing, Johnny? How far's spring off where you are? Just love these. I've got them all over the place at home. I planted like 200. It took me ages. I've got the regular purples, but I've got these variated ones as well. I mean, look how perfect that is. Just stunning. Legendary, you know, that's brilliant. Brilliant. That's one of my favourite stories. Morbids, how you doing, Morbids? Yeah, that is possibly one of my favourite stories, Fluff. Brilliant. Yeah, if you ever come back, you'll have to come up north. Come up north. Old London town. Little ones decided that they're going to get to the finals and we'll have a weekend in London again for one of their disability sports. So I keep telling you, you've got to play really well to get to the national finals again. Tango crocus is my favourite spring flower, I love them. Little bits of art. After a long dark winter, just what you need. So calm, so peaceful. Someone's lost a plant pot. Cool, Kirsty. I'll be live as usual later on. I just popped up here spontaneously for a nose around. We'll come down to the first Wargrave before we go. It's a shame that this one's been put on top of it. How are you, Valeria? Valeria, lovely, lovely lady. Brilliant channel. So we have a heart. And we have a sun timer on the back of this one. Again, really unusual. You don't get it in modern times. M and a fleur-de-lis and a W. Yeah, Deej, they're so peaceful and quiet. And this one is in the middle of nowhere. So all you've got is nature and peace. Here we go, here's one of the Wargraves. We've got his number, and he was an aircraftman. Andrew Roberts, Royal Air Force, 23rd of February 1940, age 26. Dearly loved second son of Walter and Muriel Sutcliffe, Kirby Moor. Thank you for your service. And the British Legion have put out is Poppy. Long hair, how you doing? For the locals and the people that I know that are interred there. Same with the Priory. The Priory has a modern day graveyard at the back. So, thank you all for coming for this little impromptu live. Enjoy the walk around here. It eases and soothes my mind. Food for the soul. So thank you all for joining me, and I'll be back properly later on. Where we're going, got no idea. I'm gonna have to have a think. So thank you everyone. See you soon. No, you're fine, sir.